Welcome, everyone. My name is Pamela, and I've been with Purium for 4 years, and it's been an incredible journey both on the health and financial levels. Today, we are going to talk to you about the whole life transformation Purium offers, health and wealth. You will learn about Purium, a company of over 20 years, who the founders are, and why it's the best nutrition solution for the health problem in our country today. You'll hear firsthand from Purium brand partners whose lives have been completely transformed. By this business. More importantly, you'll learn how easy it is to start your own transformation for your health and financial freedom. We all know somebody who has or had cancer or diabetes, heart disease, and many other lifestyle diseases. Now more than ever, there's awareness of the big problem today with the state of food in this country. Our bodies are constantly being bombarded with toxins. One source of toxins is ultra-processed frankenfoods. Why are people eating these foods? Because of busy lifestyles enabling poor food choices, which in turn result in lack of sleep, low energy, brain fog, digestive issues, and even worse. These foods and even many nutritional supplements are laden with chemicals, sugar, inflammatory oils, artificial dyes, artificial sweeteners, pesticides, and glyphosate, and are linked to lifestyle diseases like diabetes, leaky gut, cardiovascular disease, and cancer. Glyphosate, the toxic chemical in Roundup weed killer, is found in many of these foods and even in foods that some might consider to be healthy. Glyphosate is a mineral descaler, patented as an antibiotic, insidious, and is almost impossible to avoid. It is toxic and disruptive to the gut microbiome and has been linked to leaky gut, autoimmune disease, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and many other cancers. Why is it important to have a healthy gut microbiome? Because 70% of our immune system is in the gut. Up to 90 to 95% of serotonin, the feel-good hormone, is made in the gut. Poor gut health can be related to low mood, anxiety, and depression. If your gut is compromised, you cannot absorb nutrients. The Purium Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation is the real food solution that is also convenient, even for the busiest of lifestyles. This simple to follow 90-day program includes a component proven in human study to remove glyphosate, a delicious organic superfood shake that is nutrient dense and satisfying, a high quality protein where 10 tablets are equal to the protein synthesis of a 12.5-ounce steak, a parasite cleanse, and a natural sleep support. This is why people feel so good when they're on this program, because their cells are being fed and nourished while gently detoxifying. There's no shortage of people who need to lose weight, gain energy, improve their digestion, sleep better, and lift brain fog. And the ultimate lifestyle transformation checks all of these boxes. The Purium Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation has transformed thousands of people's lives. And here we just have a handful of testimonials. In the top left, here is Holly's amazing transformation from age 35 to age 40. We're aging backwards. And down in the bottom left, this is Elizabeth. You're going to hear from her. There's her amazing transformation. In the middle is me, yours truly here. And upper right, we have Jared Curtis, and in the bottom, Allison Jade. That's her tinea Versacolor transformation that she's got posted there. Let's talk about who is behind this company and these high quality products. So our mission driven co-founders, co-owners, Amy Venner and Dave Sandoval, have championed the organic, non-GMO, whole food superfood movement since 1993. This is Amy Venner. She is the CEO, co-founder, and co-owner. She's a mom of 2 girls, and her own personal health journey helped her see the importance of real nutrition that is convenient, accessible, and affordable. And this is Dave Sandoval, co-founder, co-owner, and our formulator. He was mentored by giants in the holistic health world like Ann Wigmore and Dr. Bernard Jensen. His personal experience of losing a loved one to lifestyle disease is what inspired Dave to get on this mission. Dave and Amy's high integrity is infused into the mission of the company and reflected in many, many ways. First, they are the manufacturer. Manufactured by is on the label. After this Zoom is over, go pick up a bottle of supplements and most likely it will say manufactured for. By being the manufacturer, they have control over every aspect of what goes into making these products. For example, when the truck brings the ingredients, the truck is inspected. If they see mold, bugs, anything of the sort, it's rejected. If they weren't the manufacturers, they wouldn't be able to do that. And now I would like to invite my lovely colleague, Marty, to take us the rest of the way. Are you here, Marty? I don't know what. Okay, well, we'll keep going till she comes back. When a brand partner gets to the rank of diamond, they earn a trip and get to tour the facility, and it's fascinating. It is such an exciting moment to see the products being made and to learn about the process. Oh, there she is.
Thank you, Pam. I appreciate that. Something went down and then I came back. This shows a picture of a group out of our community that got to see the manufacturing facility. And when a brand partner gets to the rank of diamond, they get to earn this trip to the tour, the facility. And it's very fascinating to be able to witness and exciting to see how the products are actually being made and to learn about the process. So what makes us different? We're good for your body. We're certified organic. We're a proven glyphosate solution. No binders, fillers, never anything artificial, convenient and affordable, in-house third-party testing. So the company has taken an initiative to transition to plastic-free, biodegradable, home compostable packaging, all but one product. So let's see. Biodegradable, compostable packaging, over 3,000 pounds of plastic prevented from entering back into the environment. That's approximately, is that 34 or 24 million plastic water bottles? So you also want to think about how it's been affecting the health. The studies have showed that there's an entire spoonful of microplastics in people's brains, and 3 times as much as those who suffer with dementia. So now, why is it a good idea to become a brand partner with Purium? People are prioritizing their health. more than ever, and you can create an extra income to offset inflation, all from home or anywhere, or maybe build a plan B before you even need it. Diversify your income. Don't rely just on one source, and you'll be able to share a powerful, results driven nutrition that people reorder monthly and align with a trusted 20-plus-year-old company with proven stability in leadership. And when you search for recession proof business categories, health and food are consistently at the top of the list. Purium is a perfect marriage of both, offering a powerful opportunity in wellness and nutrition that thrives in any economy. Now, this business model offers residual income that you can leverage, and most people do understand trading time for money, but time is limited. And with Purium, you're able to build an income and create more time. How? Well, that's leverage. Here's an illustration. Say you put in 10 hours of work a week to grow your business. Now imagine you find 5 friends who want to do the same. So you're each investing 10 hours a week, and together that's 60 hours of effort happening every week. But you're still only putting in 10 hours. That's the power of leverage, earning beyond just your own time. Now, let's hear some from friends who's done exactly that, okay? And I would like to say that there is a myth that you have to start at the beginning to make this work for you, but that's not true. But we're blessed this evening to have Joe Caladrillo with us, and he has been with Purium for 22 years, okay? He's one of our founding members, and he's a Crown leader. He's also a certified health coach. I would like to introduce Joe Caladrillo.
Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. So happy to be here with these lovely people, with this great company. And I'll tell you a little bit about my story. Now, I transferred out of the catering world, right, about 23 years ago, okay, into this business, into health and wellness. Now, I wanted to transform my body as well because I wasn't the healthiest person at the time, eating lots of processed and junk food, not getting enough water, not being properly hydrated. So I was looking, I wanted to be in the wellness space, right? So like you said, I signed up in basically March 8th of 2004. So I'm going on my 22-year anniversary this month. I'm so excited about that. And it's just a wonderful place to be with Purium. I mean, getting involved with the business through Ian Farrar, he was involved with water filtration let's just say about 8 years before Purium. I'll just go take it back a step. I was involved with network marketing. And there's nothing in the world like residual income. I'm so excited to be in this business of, network marketing. Now, starting out in Purium, I said to myself, I love these products. At the time, it was called Platinum, believe it or not. I'm going way, way back. I'm like an OG, right? Going way, way back to the very, very, very beginning. And I wanted whole food, live food, living nutrition. And I wanted, like I said before, be in this space and be able to rock my health. But I also wanted to make money, right? So what happened? The first month I joined, I got enough customers in my business to pay for my products. So guess what? Ever since that month of March of 2004, my products have been paid for. All going on 22 years later. And that's a good thing. So my food is free. And a lot of times when I work with new brand partners and people that are joining the business, maybe that's all they want is to have their products paid for. But I wanted real life-changing income. I wanted to do this as a full-time career. Being a health coach, it's really nice to be able to refer high-quality products. So they aligned perfectly. So I was able to do both. I was able to coach people on their health, and then also I wanted to make people money. And let's bring it to the next level and get people not only healthy, but wealthy, right? So there were 3 things I really wanted when I looked at this business. I wanted time freedom. I wanted to be able to, make my own clock, I want to be able to make my own schedule, make my own, like weekly, like as far as like what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go, and how I wanted to kind of plan my day. So that was a check for one of the boxes. The second thing is I wanted no cap on my income. I wanted to make as much as I can. So financial freedom is really important for me. My family, I wanted to spend time with my wife, my lovely wife. She's working very hard at the time with fashion. So she had a very demanding job, but I wanted to be there when she was home. And then location freedom is another thing I really care about, being able to go, where I want, when I want, how I want, with who I want, with the people I love, and just be able to share my experience of, health and wellness all over, not just being able to stay in, at the time I was in New York, right? So again, I love the power of residual income. Let me give you a quick something that happened today is coincidence. Just by chance, I received a check today from. I used to do acting as a kid, right? So I was in this film called Goodfellas. You might know it's a mob movie. Just for like one scene, very quick. You blink your eye, you'll probably miss me. But I had lines in the movie, so I was a day player. And I still to this day get checks like 38, 39 years later. I got one today for $33. It's just crazy. So that's the power of doing something once and getting paid over and over and over again. So that's what network marketing, residual income brings to the table. And I'm just super excited. I don't want to go on, too long about this. So it brings me to the point where I'm in business with people I know, love, and care about, right? I'm in business with my friends. Everyone knows Eric Mish and Ian Farrar, my upline Ian, and Eric's one of my best friends, and we get to do the business together, healthy happy hours. We get to do three-way calls. We get to do lots and lots of cool stuff. And it's just great to be in a business like this where you're actually helping people and making money at the same time. So thank you. I think that's just about my time. I don't want to go too much. Thank you, Pamela. Who's coming up next? Is it Leslie?
Marty
Oh.
will introduce.
Oh, thank you, Joel. I had myself on mute. I apologize. I wanted to thank you so much for being so steadfast and showing great leadership
Thank
and
you.
coming and being, you come to calls. You were like always there. So like one of our pillars is community, and
Yes.
you've been building it well. And I appreciate you being here this evening. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Our next guest, let's see, it says, okay, we are debunking a myth. Only the people who get in at the beginning can succeed. So we have to get on the ground floor. Now, Joel, he is succeeding. He's succeeding. And we have our next visitor, I believe, is going to be Leslie.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Pam, for putting this together. You're doing a great job. Also, Marty, awesome. So I'm Leslie Ray Tucker. I'm a certified health coach and also trained as a RYT yoga instructor. I have a private practice called LeslieRayHealth.com, where I help people take charge of their health. And so 8 years ago, I got my health coach certification. I started working for a private practice, a clinic, a medical clinic that was emphasized weight loss. And I would meet with people every 15 minutes, throughout the day, give them B12 shots and sell them subpar supplements. It was very medication focused. And people would lose weight, but then after they quit the program, we would see them back a year later having regained most of their weight because, why? They didn't deal with the root issue. Another thing is I was a really good salesperson of these vitamins and supplements, but the more I sold, it didn't matter. I didn't get a bonus check for selling more. Every once in a while, I get a $15 Starbucks card. Woohoo! So my income potential was totally limited at that company. And then I didn't have location freedom. So I had to go to a building to work that was in the town I lived in. So then I found Purium 4 years ago. A fellow yoga teacher introduced me to Purium, and I was on the quest to find the perfect protein powder that didn't have junk and artificial sweeteners in it. And I was so happy that I found a one-stop shop where I could, get my sports nutrition and green juices and mushroom drinks all in one place. So now I am using the Purium Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation as my gut health protocol for my health coaching clients, because as we have now learned, it's your gut health determines how hungry you are, and it determines your mental health. It determines your immunity. There's so many things that is determined by your gut health. So I'm so happy that I'm actually able to help people at the very core of what their problem is. And then, so we talked about, we have unlimited income potential, time freedom, location freedom. What really has been the bonus of everything is the community of the people. And going to the convention a couple months ago, getting to meet so many wonderful friends in person was just great. And it's a huge bonus to have all of you in my life.
Thank you, Leslie. I appreciate that. And you are correct. And with this, there is no cap. There is no cap. And I love having you in this community. See, our next person that we are talking with is Miss Holly Onaya Love. And let's hear her story.
Hi, everybody. So my name is Holly Onaya Love, as many of you know. I wear a lot of hats. I'm an artist, I'm a musician, a body worker, a retreat facilitator, and I'm also a mom of 3. When I first started with Purium, I was juggling all of that, plus helping at my friend's restaurant. And before Purium, I lived with 30 years of chronic migraines, nearly 20 years of pelvic floor pain from birth trauma, really, really severe gut and hormone imbalances, and chronic panic attacks. I felt really depleted, and I felt stuck in survival, like fight or flight, most of my adult life. When I began with Purium Superfoods, even though I had a really extensive 20-year background in health and wellness and thought I was doing everything right, despite dealing with all of these things, I was just like, well, this is just where I'm at. And then everything shifted. In 2 months, my migraines disappeared. My pelvic floor pain began to heal. I finally had energy, restful sleep, clear skin, strength, and vitality that I genuinely didn't even know was possible. I literally run circle around my adult children now and kind of blows them away and pisses them off at the same time. On the business side, Purium has given me the gift of time and location freedom, which is everything. It allows me to set my own schedule, to work in the rhythm of my life. I do a little work, I take my daughter to the creek. I do a little work, I walk my dogs, I do a little yoga, and I get to build something really meaningful. I've even worked from the road on road trips. I had to go to the hospital to see my mom in Colorado. She was really in bad shape, and I was able to literally work from the road and from a hotel room. I've worked at an airport, and all the while I get to really be present with my family and my life, and I set it on my terms and my schedule. And also, as a mom, I know that the choices that we make in our homes, moms are primarily the ones bringing the food into the home, and those choices ripple forward into our children's health and even our grandchildren's health someday. And right now, the statistic is that 1 in 3 kids is projected to face some form of cancer by the age of 20. And that's heartbreaking. But it also is what makes this mission really urgent and really dear to my heart, because what we bring into our homes today truly shapes the vitality of our next generation. So for me, Purium is not just a business. It is a way to align my health, my purpose, and my family's future with a movement that I'm super proud to be a part of, that's supporting others in doing the same to heal our bodies and our homes and the earth. Thank you.
Thank you, Onaya. Oh my goodness. I am so happy that you are part of this community. And I love that you have been able to like step up into a different understanding of the level of nutrition that you actually deserve, and being able to see this depletion leave, and being able to travel anywhere with your work and to be present for family. It's one of my reasons too. It's one of my reasons too.
Absolutely.
Let's see, I believe we have a Miss Elizabeth. No, we're talking to Pam.
Yes, surprise.
Hi, love. Your turn.
So my name is Pamela, and I need to have this picture of me and Dave up here because I mean this is our founder, this is our master formulator. Look how beautiful that is. So I spent 30 years very unwell mentally and almost 200 pounds overweight. So in desperation, I had gastric bypass surgery in 2018, and I did lose 140 pounds quickly, but I also gained serious physical medical issues from it. And then thankfully I found Purium in 2020 when my health was really failing and doctors had no idea what was going on. And I started my transformation and I felt so good on it. I decided to join as a brand partner. I consider myself a jack of all trades and do a lot of varied odd jobs for friends. And I like how much I learn with all the variety, but it's not steady or reliable. And I have a desire to see the world. It's my Purium business that gives me more flexibility, variety, education, and structure, but also pays me well for helping others do the same, with lots of room for growth. And as an adult with autism, this is perfect for me, and I'm thriving like I never have before.
I love all of this for you, Pam. I love all of this. I've been watching you and grow and drive and stuff. It's just been amazing watching you drive and watching you get out of your shell. And community is a big part of that. Community is a big part of that. Who is our next guest this evening? Is it me or Lizzie? Oh no, we're debunking another myth. That's right. But I'm not a health expert, so I can't do this. The truth is you don't need to be. You just need to be coachable and follow our simple, proven system. Now let's hear from another friend who's done exactly that. This is Elizabeth Vaughn. She started in 2024, March, and she has worked as a hospice aide. Let's see how this has helped her.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me. I am a single mom of two, and I am a hospice aide. And what really brought me to Purium is my mental health. Um, and just, I've always had this deep-seated knowing and feeling inside of me that like pharmaceutical drugs weren't the answer for me, and that there had to be an alternative way to heal myself. I just saw it as a band-aid, right? Like, just give me more pills, and then if I stop taking the pills, what happens, right? And so it's been a lifelong journey of me like finding herbal supplements and things like that. And once I started like incorporating more herbal supplements into my diet and like learning about, the health of our bodies and our guts, that's when Justice Mangan came into my life with Purium and offered me this beautiful solution to actually all the answers that I was looking for, because it can be really overwhelming when you first learn that like our food is poison, that our water is poison, that basically we're living in this system that keeps us sick. And it's like, where do I even start? Like, okay, the gut health, the and all of this, and you just, it can be overwhelming. But that's what I love so much about Purium and the ULT, is that it had all of the answers to all of the things that I was looking for. And I didn't have to like I mean, you can go and do your research, but I could feel it in my heart that this was like an answer, like an answered prayer. And so I just jumped right in. I was like, I'm all in. And I just could feel like the power of this movement to regenerate the soil, to clean our waters, to return ourselves back to community, back to our roots. And I'm like, this is really a company that I can get behind and support. And knowing the healing that's taking place, now that I've been on Purium now for consistently a year and a half, going on almost 2 years, will be 2 years in March. It's changed my life radically. I have a clear mind. I've lost over 100 pounds. And I'm teaching my children a different way because our society is so caught up on the pills and not really seeking the root cause of our issues, right? So I'm just really proud to be able to bring this to my children, to my children's children, to future generations, and share it with the world because we really need this right now. We really do, especially with the mental health crisis going on in our country and all around the world. Let's be real, it's not just America. And, yeah, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate your time given. Let's see. And I really am not a health certified either. All right. I started back in January of 2024, and I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit, from bread making or learning how to make soap and things like that. So growing my own and going and foraging and doing all of this and trying to have a healthy home. And I had lap band surgery about 15 years ago, and I lost weight, but I also lost a lot of muscle mass. And it put me into this mindset of trying to find the best protein that I could find. And I had been offered Purium for a while, and I just kept on stepping away from it. And I was all like, well, there's a 60-day money back guarantee. I'm going to try the protein. So I tried the Super Amino 23s, and my hair started growing. My skin looked better. And so, and then I went in and to a meeting, the Kind Human Tribe. We used to have a meeting on Sunday mornings. And I realized that this community was full of people that were growing, and they were in different stages of growing. And everybody was full of grace and compassion and understanding. And to have that space and be held in that, it's been really great. I've been able to take my foods anywhere with me that I go. If I go visit my son, I hand out business cards, talk to people, I get a hold of people and communicate. And I don't have to be a certified health coach to understand homeostasis, to understand cause and effect, to understand the standard American diet, and and the big pharma and all of that. So having this in my home is like a no-brainer, and being able to share it with people and invite them into the community, along with having an income that's based upon your merit and the work you put in and how caring you are. It's been really, really nice. So let's talk about how to get your products paid for. Let's see, how do I make money with Purium? Okay, so you earn money back in 10 days or less. And there's 2 customers and 1 brand partner on the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. That's the 90-day program. Commissions is $250. Your Cake Club bonus is $25. Your Fast Start bonus is $100. So you've earned a total of $375. So you can start making money right away while you build your long-term residual income with the Fast Start bonus program. That's up to $6,500, $6,500, let me say it right, and just bonuses on the table. So you can continue to earn your Fast Start even when you're out of Fast Start yourself by helping others. You succeed with matching bonus program up to $4,000 per each of your brand partners who achieve those bonuses. Now, you can earn generous monthly reoccurring cash bonuses and profit sharing as well. And here's the possible long-term monthly residual income. You'll see the arrows show the levels where the people you just heard are at. Now, you'll have access to free one-on-one coaching, mentorship, support, and training on the corporate and at the team level. So how do you get started? You start your own 90-day program. Now, if you're coachable, motivated, and you have a love for helping others, this is for you. And you may be ready to join as a brand partner, or maybe you just simply want to have health transformation and you start using the products. Either way, get back to the person who invited you to this Zoom, and they will answer the questions that may not have been covered here, and will help you determine which is right, what is the right track for you. So we'll go ahead and we'll stop recording. Is there anyone that has questions? Please raise your hand if you have questions. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. There's no silly questions here.